Boys by BA. Boys by BA.
Welcome back to another episode of Bars by BA, and I am BA. This is your first time hanging out with us, your first time checking out the channel, and you're interested in positive, uplifting content that can help you grow as a person, then please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, man. If you're tired of fake stuff, if you're tired of filters, if you're tired of being like, oh, blah, 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 then man, look, check this channel out, man. You're gonna get positive encouragement content every time that we drop a new video. So today, before we get started, man, I wanna thank everybody who's been stopping me saying, hey man, what are videos that? Who send me a text, bro? What are videos? Who hit me up on the ground? What are videos? Who send me an email, call me on the phone, bro? What are videos the people need to viz? Look, mucho tranquilo, big relax, man. We back. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is BA, all right? And then a special shout out to the students who attended the Black Student Leadership Conference at the University of Oklahoma on last week, man. Thank y'all so much. I had a wonderful time. Shout out to Bree, shout out to Mallory, shout out to Sergio, shout out to Kiana, and everybody else that was present, man. Thank y'all so much. So before we get started, I wanna make this challenge to you and this challenge to myself, man. My goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers this calendar year, 2020, man. The goal is 1,000 subscribers. So share this video, man. Share this content, man. Look, the world is desperate for Jesus. The world is desperate for some real folks, all right? I heard somebody say, look, we left the church, but we didn't leave God, all right? So I know some of us have some church hurt. Man, look, let's get over that, man. Look, let's do it. 1,000 subscribers, let's do it. So today, I want you to think real quick and ask yourself, have you ever found yourself asking this question? God, why me? God, why my family? God, why are you allowing this to happen? God, why am I struggling so bad? God, why me? Man, we've all been there before, where we find ourselves asking, God, why me? What did I do wrong? Why me? But I feel like God wants us to get away from the why me, and the question that God wants us to ask is, what for? Oh man, that's deep. What for? God, what for? Why am I going through this? What for? How can you get your glory out of this? So today we're gonna come from Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. That's Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. In this particular text, we have Joseph. He had already been sold into slavery by his brothers. He had already been lied on by Potiphar's wife. He had already been forgotten by the prisoners in the prison. But now he was basically second in command behind Pharaoh, and he was in charge of the food. He was in charge of making sure that everybody had food, because in the text, there was going to be a famine for 7 years. And after that 7 years, they were going to have 7 years of prosperity. But the famine had to happen first. The bad had to happen first. So as we work through this text, Joseph, he comes in contact with his family who did him dirty, and he tells them, look, what you intended for evil, what you intended for bad, God intended for good, so I could be at this very position right now, saving the lives of many. Oh man, which brings us to bar number one. Bar number one is people will hurt you on purpose. Ooh, you need to hear that right now today. People will hurt you on purpose. I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're going through, what your week has looked like, but somebody has hurt you on purpose. They may have said it was an accident, but let me tell you, man, people will hurt you on purpose. In this particular text, Joseph, his brothers had sold him into slavery on purpose. His brothers had plotted to kill him on purpose. Potiphar's wife lied on him on purpose. The prisoners, once they got out and they said they remembered Joseph, they didn't. They did that on purpose. So look, don't take it personal. People will hurt you on purpose. You're dealing with some hurt right now, and that's okay. You're not the only one, but you need to know that people will hurt you on purpose. And bar number two is where you are is not random. Where you are is not random. Look, where you are right now, God has you at that particular place on purpose. I'll never forget, I was teaching an on-campus Bible study at the University of Texas, Arlington, which is UTA, and we would have Bible study at 10 o'clock on Wednesday nights. And man, one time, I kid you not, I didn't have no cell phone. Well, I had a cell phone, but it wasn't on, so it was just like a big old watch. But and when you're on a college campus, you got to have a key fob, I think that's what it's called, to scan in and out. But I didn't have a thing to scan in and out in the dorms where we held Bible study. But my friend PC, shout out to PC, man, he would always come and let me in, but I didn't have a phone, so I saw him walking past the window on the second floor. So I didn't have no phone, no nothing. So I started looking for change on the ground, and I started throwing the change at the window, trying to get his attention. And finally I did, and then he let me in, so we finally had Bible study. But what am I saying? Look, where I was at was not random, but God wanted to see how desperate I was for the fellowship. God wanted to see how desperate I was for being off into his word. Man, I don't know where you are, But God is waiting for you to be desperate, because in your desperation, God is going to birth an ideal out of you. And in your desperation, God is going to do some things that you didn't expect. That's why in the text, Joseph is able to say, what you intended for evil, God meant for good. Man, that's good stuff. How many of y'all like to fly? You? I don't really care for flying. But you ever had to use the bathroom on a plane? And most of the time, the bathroom is where? In the back of the plane. So you have to walk backwards to go to the back of the plane. And although you're walking backwards toward the back of the plane is still moving forward. Man, what am I saying? It feels like you've been walking backwards. Oh my goodness. It feels like you've just been at a standstill, but God is moving you forward. It may not feel like it, but much like that plane, you may be heading back in your mind, but in God's plan, he's moving you forward. Oh my goodness. And bar number 3 is there is no more time to be petty, and there's no more time to be pity. There's no more time to show pity, and there's no more time to show pity. Now, petty looks like, oh, you did that to me, I'm gonna do that to you. In this particular text, Joseph, he could have been petty in the mud. Joseph was the man. He could have told his brothers, look, you try to do me dirty, now I'm gonna do you dirty. But nah, look, there is no more time to be petty, and there's no more time to operate in pity. Because the thing is that when you're being petty, you can't operate in your purpose. When you are being petty, you can't operate in your purpose. I don't know where you are, but you've been petty this whole week. Look, let that go. Let that go, man. Don't be petty. And then you can't have pity. Don't be like, oh, woe is me. They did me dirty, blah, 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 blah. Man, squash all that. I don't know if y'all know who Bethany Hamilton is, but she has this wonderful movie out entitled Soul Surfer. And she's a young lady who got, her arm had got bitten off by a shark. And man, and she continued to do ministry on a big scale. And then they asked her, so how are you able to like be positive and be such a role model for people with just one arm? And why do you think God would allow this to happen? And she said, I could have never hugged this many people with 2 arms. Oh man, look, you missed it. She could have felt sorry for herself. She could have been like, dang, I only got 1 arm. I can't do this, I can't do that. But no, she said, look, I ain't gonna be pity. I ain't gonna be pity. I ain't gonna be patty. I ain't gonna be all that. I ain't gonna be like, God can't use me. Look, wherever you are, God can use you, man. Romans 8:28 says that all things work to the good. So wherever you are, man, God can use you. Whatever you're doing, God can use you. And man, look, the goal bar for today is sometimes pain and purpose go hand in hand. Woo. Retweet. Sometimes pain and purpose go hand in hand. I don't know where you are, but you feeling some pain right now. But God is saying, look, your purpose is right around the corner. So don't miss that, man. Look, pain and purpose go hand in hand, man. So look, I'm out, bro. Look, the break is over. Like I said, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is BA. So look, man, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. We're going to chop it up next week, man. Be true to God and be true to yourself. I'm out.